YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Now, today's video is definitely going to be very different from the usual type of stuff I like to make, which is just straight up gameplay commentary. But today's topic in particular is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a good while now. And with the Modern Warfare 4 beta pretty much right around the corner, I figured it was the appropriate time to bring up a certain individual within the Call of Duty community. If you can already tell by the title of the video and thumbnail, we are talking about none other than Swagg, who is one of the largest content creators in the scene right now, largest Call of Duty content creator specifically. And if you're a fan of Call of Duty in any way and consume content on YouTube about it, or maybe even Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, you've likely seen him on your timeline, or at the very least heard of him. Maybe you're even a fan of him when you actually watch his videos regularly, and this video just happened to pop up on your feed. However, what you might not know is that he's probably, in my opinion, one of the most disingenuous Call of Duty content creators I have ever seen. Now, that sounds like a pretty bold statement to make, but trust me, I didn't just come here to talk out of my ass. I actually have some stuff to show you that he has said over the years where he contradicts himself back to back and just overall is pretty dishonest with some of the statements that he's made. I mean, if you consumed any of his content, it's pretty easy to see just how dishonest and over the top he can really get. Now, of course, before we get into this, if you're new here and you enjoy the content on your screen right now, consider subscribing and hitting the post notification bell so you don't miss an upload by me, and also give the video a like. It does help out the channel a lot. And just one more thing before we start, I do want to apologize in advance if the quality isn't exactly the greatest. This is definitely my first try at doing a video like this where I have a whole script and talking points and a bunch of other clips and stuff put together in an actual organized fashion, because yeah, this is a big deviation from the usual type of stuff I like to do, so yeah, please bear with me. So to start things off today, what is it about the new Call of Duty drawing near that makes it an appropriate time to talk about Swagg specifically? Well, he has had an interesting history of painting the games in a certain light and hyping them up so hard, only for them to not be nearly as good as what they were made out to be by him, all while kind of making a fool out of himself in the process, because trust me, this guy can be very over the top sometimes, and it does kind of make sense in a way. He obviously benefits off the games doing well, but it often comes at the cost of being dishonest, and I feel like this upcoming installment is going to have more of that coming from him. We're at that time now where the new Call of Duty is slowly being revealed, the beta is drawing near, and every content creator that got invited to play the game early are giving their thoughts and feedback on what they experienced. Typically, Swagg himself gets invited to these events, but he wasn't there this time around, and instead was just reacting to the recent alpha gameplay while on a live stream. And he actually posted a 20-minute video on his channel with some of his reactions, so you can go check that out for yourself if you want. Now, you're probably wondering, what exactly is it about this video of his that you're bringing up that makes him so disingenuous? Well, from this particular video, I want to present to you Exhibit A. Take a look at this.
Stage 1, get hyped over basic changes and glaze like it's new and innovative. Hamza, thank you for the prime. Look, at the end of the day, we gonna play, either we fuck with it or we don't, right? You got DMZ, you can play, you fuck with it or you don't. Like, at the end of the day, I don't know. For me personally, I don't really care what Call of Duty does. If the viewership is good, I'm geeked. Like, I'm hyped.
So right there, he pretty much told you that he doesn't actually care what Call of Duty does as long as the viewership for the game is good. Now, does that sound like a creator that actually loves Call of Duty, wants to see it do better, and does care about what they do? Because if you don't care, then we get games like Call of Duty Vanguard or Modern Warfare 2 2022, for example. Sure doesn't really sound like it to me. It actually sounds more like he cares more about the viewership more than the actual game itself. Now, that's not to say he shouldn't care about that. I mean, he's a content creator, for crying out loud, it's his job. However, when you go and make a statement like that, it's not exactly a good look for you, because you are literally saying you don't care what they do if the viewership is good. That's like the developers coming out and saying that they don't actually care what happens to the Call of Duty or whatever game that they put out, as long as they get a bunch of players and make a bunch of money. If that's the case and you really don't care what they do, then go back into your channel and delete all of your past videos criticizing Call of Duty when they mess something up. The list does not stop there, ladies and gentlemen, because now I actually want to hop into the old time machine and take a trip to a few years into the past, to the year 2023. This is the year Modern Warfare 3 2023 was released, and of course Swagg posted a video of his thoughts on the game after he got the opportunity to play it early. In the entire video, him and his boys are just oohing and awing at everything that he was allowed to talk about, but there's these two specific parts that I want to put up that are probably the most over-the-top, over-exaggerated analogies I have ever heard out of this guy's mouth, and it is just absolutely comical. Let's see exactly what he had to say.
Is it better than MW19?
You know, you ever seen a 1985 Toyota Corolla?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So that's MW19.
Yeah. Now, you ever seen a Bugatti? You ever hear a Bugatti? And then you see a Zumba.
It's fast. Isn't it the fastest car in the world?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I see what he did there. I see what he did.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing to see them come back. It's awesome.
But like, how good were they? Like, did they look beautiful?
Like as far as like the remastered version of
Yes.
it?
Like, were they nice?
You wait for the beta.
Okay, I'll wait.
Well, I mean, let me put this into perspective real quick. Let me put this into perspective. You ever seen like a steak from Applebee's?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Like
$15.
mini bowl, cool.
Right? Mini bowl.
I'd rather get the Burger Street chicken, you know what I'm saying? The Burger chicken and shrimp. Now let's say, boom, flash forward. Oh, all of a sudden you have Wagyu. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
So as you all saw in that somewhat painful set of clips there, he talks about what he thinks of Modern Warfare 2019 compared to Modern Warfare 3 in the first clip, and in the second clip he talks about how the OG Modern Warfare 2 maps look now compared to back then, because for the launch of Modern Warfare 3 they brought back all of the original 16 maps from Modern Warfare 2 2009. Now, I kind of want to go off script a little bit here. What the actual hell was he talking about? I mean, comparing Modern Warfare 2019, saying it's like a 1985, what was it, Toyota Corolla, and Modern Warfare 3 is a Bugatti. I like, what? And then saying the maps now are like Wagyu beef compared to back then, just like a steak from, what was it, Applebee's? Like, okay, like, I genuinely don't even really have words for that. I used to actually like watch him pretty regularly, and this was, like, I can actually recall this too, this will forever stick in my mind. This was the very first time where I was watching his video and I actually had to pull back a little bit and think to myself, what the hell is this guy talking about? Because it is just the weirdest, most over-the-top, over-exaggerated analogies ever. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is going to be important later, you'll see, and I'll bring it up again. But I just had to go off script real quick and just voice how I really feel about that, because holy hell, that was just like, man, I don't even know what to say. Anyways, that is absolutely not all, unfortunately, because I still got a few more things I want to show you here from some more recent events, specifically within this past year, and it involves Call of Duty Black Ops 7. If you didn't catch it at the time when it was relevant, what I'm talking about here is his reaction to the Black Ops 7 reveal. Swagg and his friends planned a whole sleepover for the reveal of Black Ops 7, and Treyarch caught word of this and decided to invite them to their studio to have the sleepover there. Now, if you ask me, a sleepover for a Call of Duty reveal, I mean, come on. I mean, maybe it was just a content thing. I have no idea, but I mean, a sleepover for Call of Duty. I'm not gonna go off track too much. During the sleepover, when the reveal started up, Swagg and his friends were just losing their minds. I mean, screaming, jumping around, grabbing on each other like it was the greatest thing that they've ever watched. It was honestly a really hard thing to keep my attention on because there was just simply no way that these guys were being serious. And then, 2 days later, Swagg puts out a video completely contradicting how he was acting during this sleepover event. Now, I must warn you, what I'm about to show you is probably one of the hardest things to watch coming from this guy because it is just the most cringe-inducing and performative acts out of him and his buddies yet, so get ready. And the video he made 2 days later will be played right after that.
Wait, what? Some ready. What? Portal? What? What? Yo, what? Was that jetpacks? Is that a rampart? Wait, that might have been a grapple! Oh my god. Tokyo! What are we doing? No more games. This ends now.
As far as the way COD did that showcase, that trailer, I can agree with everyone saying that is probably one of the worst trailers they've ever dropped in the sense of Call of Duty reveal trailers when you stack them up against each other. It was, when I first watched in the studio, when we went and played the game early, they showed us that trailer. I had the same reaction as to everyone is kind of having in the public right now.
Okay.
I kind of looked at the trailer and kind of went, I don't know what I'm seeing. You're seeing Ant-Man kind of rise up. It's a very confusing, super high jumps.
So, yeah. That was embarrassing, wasn't it? I mean, the proof is in the pudding right there. It doesn't get any more obvious than this. He got together with all of his buddies, jumped for joy at this trailer, and then completely backpedaled on all of that. You even heard him say right there that he saw the trailer at the studio when he played the game early, and according to him, he had the same reaction to it as everybody else during that time. However, you can clearly see during his live stream, he was acting like he saw the face of God. There's even this comment here under that video that said, "You hyped it up. Whoa, oh, whoa. Now it's a bad trailer, LOL." And he actually responded to that comment saying, "As I said in the video, I'm having a sleepover with my closest friends. We could have played Quizlet and got hyped." And I actually responded to that comment of his myself saying, "So because you were having a sleepover with your friends, you were getting hyped. In other words, your reaction wasn't authentic at all." I mean, come on, do you see what I'm trying to get at here now? He literally snitched on himself twice. Once in the video by saying he already saw the trailer earlier and didn't like it. Then the second time in the form of this comment. Wait, what's that, Swag? Oh, you have something else you want to add on. Okay. Yeah, let's hear him out.
Your reaction to Black Ops 7's making the rounds on TikTok. They took the bait. It's funny because I literally on stream, I was like, bro, I'm about to rage bait this shit, watch. I love it though, it's funny. It's like the only thing that's going on though, you know what I'm saying? And no matter what, like people really don't know what the fuck they want. They're confused. So I could have reacted normally and they would have hated. I could have not reacted and it got hated on. So I said, fuck it, I'ma just rage bait it.
And the truth shall set you free.
If for whatever reason you weren't already convinced that this guy is just a huge fake, then hopefully this one finally did it for you. It's a classic case of Schrodinger's idiot, really. He reacted a certain way, he saw the negative attention that the trailer was getting, along with the way he reacted to it, and then after that he goes and says he was quote-unquote rage baiting because everyone saw right through his act and called him out on it. So, I want to break this all down. You said you were just gonna rage bait because people were gonna give you shit for it regardless of your reaction, and apparently people don't even actually know what the fuck they want. But 2 days after the trailer, you said in your own comment section that you were getting hyped because you were with your closest friends, and that you could have just played Quizlet and got hyped too. So if that's the case, then that means back in 2023, you were also only getting hyped up with the info you were getting out on Modern Warfare 3 because you're around your closest friends. So which one is it exactly? If it was actually rage bait like you said, then that means you getting hyped because you were with your friends was a lie. Are you all starting to see what I'm getting at here? There are just so many inconsistencies with the things he says, it actually makes my brain feel like it's squeezing. Now we're already about 13 minutes into this video, and I wish I could tell you that's where the list ends.
But wait! There's more!
I want to take another little trip into the past to Battlefield 6. Now, during this time, Battlefield 6 was absolutely popping off and taking the gaming world by storm. I mean, it had a record launch, became ranked as the best-selling game of 2025, and even hit a concurrent peak of over 747,000 players on Steam alone. And I think even the beta had about the same numbers, and over on Twitch, the live stream numbers were like in the 800,000s, which was absolutely insane to see. Battlefield 6, by all means, was a massive hit, and with that, it of course got on the radar of many other people outside of that niche, and Swagg was no exception, of course. He even got invited to play the game early along with many other big content creators, which further pushed the game's reach. However, the Battlefield community wasn't exactly so welcoming of the Call of Duty community. I myself even got some flack as a Call of Duty player for trying to play Battlefield 6. And there's honestly a lot of good reasoning for it. I'm going to show you really quickly apart from a video of his titled Call of Duty Players Ruined Battlefield 6, and I just want you to listen to this, alright?
And it's fun, it's cool. I like it. I like when they make those type of clips. It brings the viral clips to Battlefield, makes people want to try it more, makes people want to play it more. And a game will always be successful if you cater to every single audience. I'm sure even the Battlefield devs would agree with me over some of y'all in the comment section below. Battlefield shouldn't just cater to the 40-year-olds. I'm gonna be honest, bro. They shouldn't just cater to the casual dads. I'm gonna be honest. The way they built this game, it's catered to everybody. Battlefield 6 is catered to every audience, whether you're 15, 25, 35, or 45. And that's what you want. Stop. Y'all gotta stop saying to slow the game down.
So according to him, a game will always be successful if you cater to every single audience. I mean, it's an opinion, not exactly a good or correct opinion, but sure, I suppose you can say that. Let's keep going.
So you have some new content with Battlefield. Apparently there's a new mode called Rush that's really, really good. that I've never tried before, but people say it's really good. And I'm gonna be honest, man, there is a sort of skill gap between Warzone and Call of Duty people who are coming over to the game as well. There is a massive skill gap just because we enjoy that style of play of just playing really fast. And a lot of the old casual Battlefield players like playing really slow. So obviously you're going to get an influx of people who are just rushing and just very kill heavy.
Okay, that's actually something I could agree with. That's actually something I could get behind. You know, as a Call of Duty player myself, I actually do like the fast-paced nature of the game. I think that's why a lot of people like Call of Duty in general, because of the fast-paced arcadey nature of the game. It's just really fun, really addicting at times, of course. So I mean, yeah, no problems with that take there, honestly. Other than, you know, a game made for everyone will succeed. But I mean, honestly, yeah, for, you know, Call of Duty standards, I can agree with that. Yeah, 100%. Just wait, this is going to be very important soon. Anyways, that just has to be it now, right? I presented so many different instances of Swagg just saying things and not being consistent with any of those statements later on. Surely that is the end of the road now, right? Wait, what's that, Swagg? Oh, you have something else you want to say now. All right, let's hear it.
If you know my background and if you know me, you know I've literally been uploading Call of Duty since 2012, right? They've done a lot of bad things over the past couple of years. And so that's why I went and played Battlefield and did some other stuff, you know what I mean? And I definitely am always very honest about how I feel about the game.
I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just rage bait it.
So that was a fucking lie.
As a game developer and people, they are creating games for the 18, the 19-year-olds, the youth, right? The person who is 38 today, 38 years old, enjoyed MW2, a golden Call of Duty era, COD 4, 20 years ago when they were 18, when they were 19, right? Video games and catering to people who are 38, or even just catering to people who enjoyed and played those games back in the day, that's not how it works anymore, right? You're the old news. I saw Nick make this clip and I agreed with it 100%. We are the old gen, the old news. We are not the people that they're making video games for. And I think people need to understand that, right? They're not making video games for someone who enjoyed MW2 20 years ago. They're making video games for the 18, 19, 20-year-old the same way they did back when they created COD 4, when you were 18, when you were 19 playing the game. And I think that's such a great point. At the end of the day, if you were 18 or 19 years old, you would love it. You know, you're the one that's going to be buying the cool skins that they drop. You're the ones that's going to be enjoying the updates, the movement updates in general. The 30-year-old who enjoyed MW2 is not who they are making the video game for anymore.
Right. Well, that was a doozy now, wasn't it? I even left a comment under this video responding to the second part that I showed you saying, you have about a decade on these 18, 19, and 20-year-olds that you're saying the games are catering to now. Yeah, you get flown out every year to play the new games early where you obviously give feedback to improve or change things. So by your logic, the devs shouldn't listen to you at all and fly out more younger creators instead. I can also bet you don't make suggestions to the game with those younger people in mind either. You also said during Battlefield 6 that a game caters to all audiences will be successful. Where did that line of thinking go here? Am I wrong with anything I said there? It's just contradiction after contradiction after contradiction, and it never ends. Alright, well, I think I've laid everything out that I can for you, so hopefully you can finally see what I've been getting at with all this information that I've been giving.
And me personally, right now, I think the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is way too fast. I think this is going to be a game that a lot of people are going to gravitate towards because it's not insane. You do have slide cancel. You do have a lot of movement. The movement is very fast and fluid.
Say that again?
And me personally, right now, I think the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is way too fast. The movement is very fast and fluid. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is way too fast. The movement is very fast and fluid. It's way too fast. It's not like a slow MW2. The movement is very fluid like how 2019 was.
Wait, so you think Black Ops 7 is way too fast and Modern Warfare 4 is not a slow Modern Warfare 2 2022? Wait, didn't you just say just now?
We enjoy that style of play of just playing really fast.
So do you like the fast-paced gameplay or not?
Stop. Y'all got to stop saying to slow the game down. It's nice right where it's at.
Okay, yeah, you didn't really have a problem with it then? Dang, how much did I miss with this guy?
Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is way too fast. We enjoy that style of play of just playing really fast.
Ooh, what's going on?
And it's fun. It's cool.
reaction to
I
Black
like
Ops
it.
7.
Oh my
It
god.
really does feel
Okay,
like
okay.
that.
Oh my god, somebody help me! Help!
Personally, right now,
Help!
Help!
I get it!
Dear God, alright, I think it's over finally. Alright, no joke, I think I finally just about covered everything I wanted to show you out of this guy. From hyping up Black Ops 7 super hard, to later backtracking on that hype and saying it was because he was with his closest friends, to then admitting he did in fact fake his reaction to quote-unquote rage bait, saying he doesn't care what COD does if the viewership is good, making statements about how the games are made for 18, 19, and 20-year-olds now, yet he gets flown out every year to play the new game early while having over a decade on said audience, and saying that COD players like the fast-paced movement, but now recently saying that Black Ops 7 is too fast. All of this bundled up together just highlights even further how massively inconsistent he is with some of the statements he makes, sometimes even fully contradicting himself almost immediately, or at most within a couple months of the last thing he said. And I'm not even the only one who notices these things and calls them out. A lot of the community has expressed their distaste and distrust towards him, and it happens in his own comment sections a lot. Even other creators like Foley has made tons of videos calling him out, and Swagg even left a comment on one of his tweets saying something like, "Dick riding at an all-time high, enjoy 1 out of 10. I mean, hey, if exposing the truth makes me a dick rider, then call me Bonnie Blue. A YouTuber by the name The Rick has also made a lot of videos covering him, and he even managed to get Swagg to block him on Twitter, which was hilarious. Blame Truth also has had a few run-ins with him, the Battlefield 6 situation being the most recent. I can actually remember seeing Swagg respond to a chatter in his live stream, asking him if everything Blame Truth said about him was true, and Swagg responded with something along the lines of, "I don't know how someone can go through life being so negative all the time." The most popular of them all was a couple videos made by the Kingard, and even the Actman reacted to his videos covering the big streamers versus Battlefield situation, if you guys remember that at all. Also, I just want to point something out really quickly. In that clip of Swagg admitting to faking his reaction to the Black Ops 7 reveal, he said that people really don't know what they want. Well, with everything that I just laid out in this video, do you even know what you want? Doesn't really seem like it. I think that just about wraps up everything that I wanted to say today. I wanted to make this video just to show people what exactly this guy is like. He has shown many different times in the past that he'll switch up his opinions depending on the sentiment towards the current game, and will put on an act for the approaching games in an attempt to gain hype and goodwill with Call of Duty, so he can continue to keep his perks, like being invited to COD Next. Now, do I hate Swagg? No. I just very much dislike his opinions and the disingenuous attitude he puts on around this time of year, when the new Call of Duty game is on the way. All I want to say in closing is, form your own opinions on what the game has to offer. Don't take any from Swagg, or any other known COD shill for that matter. And if you still want to give the game a chance, just be cautiously optimistic. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Y'all stay safe out there. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out this bitch. Peace.